Do you ever feel like no matter how hard you work, you're still stuck in the same place? Is financial success reserved for a lucky few? Picture this. Two people start with the same job, earning the same salary. Fast forward 10 years. One has savings, investments, and financial security. The other is drowning in debt, living paycheck to paycheck. It's not luck. It's not intelligence. And it's not about working harder. The real difference lies in a few simple yet powerful principles that have existed for centuries but are ignored by most people. Over 250 years ago, Benjamin Franklin, one of history's greatest minds, uncovered the secrets to financial success. His wisdom became the foundation of The Way to Wealth, a timeless guide to building lasting prosperity. But here's the shocking truth. Most people don't follow this advice. Why? Because it challenges everything we think we know about money, success, and personal discipline. Stay with me because by the end of this video, you'll discover one insight that could completely change your financial future. Most people believe that making more money is the key to wealth. They think that if they could earn a little extra, all their financial problems would disappear. But here's the harsh reality. Income alone doesn't create wealth. It's how you manage it that makes the difference. Benjamin Franklin understood this over 2 centuries ago. The way to wealth isn't about complicated investment strategies or chasing the next big opportunity. It's about something more fundamental. Mastering the habits, mindset, and discipline that separate the wealthy from the struggling. And here's the crazy part. These lessons are more relevant today than ever. Millions of people are drowning in debt, living beyond their means, and blaming external factors for their financial struggles. But what if the real problem isn't the economy, salary, or bad luck? What if the biggest obstacle to wealth is you? That's exactly what we're about to explore. And if you're serious about improving your finances, make sure to subscribe to this channel. Here we break down the most influential books that help you build wealth and success. Now let's dive into Franklin's greatest financial lessons, starting with the real enemy of wealth. Chapter 1. The hidden enemy of wealth, ourselves. Most people blame their financial struggles on taxes, bad luck, or not earning enough money. They believe that external forces are keeping them from building wealth. But Benjamin Franklin saw things differently. He argued that the biggest obstacle to wealth isn't the government, the economy, or your paycheck, it's you. In The Way to Wealth, Franklin introduces us to a wise old man named Father Abraham, who delivers a speech packed with financial wisdom. His first and most important lesson: we complain about taxes, but the heaviest tax we pay is our foolishness. Think about it. How often do we waste money on things we don't need? How many hours do we lose to distractions and procrastination? How many opportunities slip through our fingers simply because we lack discipline? Franklin believed that debt was a form of slavery. He warned that borrowing money for unnecessary expenses creates a vicious cycle in which one always works to pay off the past instead of building one's future. Let's look at a real-world example. Imagine 2 friends, Jake and Michael. Jake follows Franklin's principles. He saves, avoids debt, and invests wisely. On the other hand, Michael spends recklessly, buys things he can't afford, and relies on credit cards to maintain his lifestyle. A few years later, Jake is financially stable, while Michael is buried in debt and constantly stressed about money. Same income, different results. The difference? One controlled his spending, the other let his spending control him. So here's the real question. How much of your financial stress is self-inflicted? Are you making money work for you, or are you a slave to your habits? The first step to wealth isn't making more money. It's mastering self-discipline. And that brings us to the next lesson. Wealth isn't about luck, it's about preparation. Chapter 2. The Myth of Luck. Why fortune favors the prepared. How often do we look at wealthy people and assume they just got lucky? We tell ourselves, if I had their opportunities, I'd be successful too. But Franklin destroys this myth. He writes, diligence is the mother of good luck. In other words, luck isn't random, it's created. Let's put this idea to the test with a simple scenario. Imagine 2 people, Emily and David. Both earn the same salary, but they handle money very differently. Emily saves a portion of her income, invests in developing her skills, and avoids unnecessary debt. On the other hand, David spends everything he makes, takes out loans for luxuries, and never thinks about the future. One day, an incredible opportunity arises, a promising business venture that could change their lives. Emily has savings and the skills to take advantage of it. David, he's stuck. He has no money, no flexibility, and no options. Was Emily just lucky? No, she created her luck through preparation, patience, and discipline. Franklin warns us, "He that waits upon fortune is never sure of a dinner." In other words, waiting for luck to save you is a losing game. The real winners are those who prepare so that when opportunity knocks, they're ready. So ask yourself, are you waiting for a lucky break, or are you putting yourself in a position to succeed? This brings us to the next key lesson. If luck isn't the problem, why do so many people still struggle financially? The answer lies in a dangerous trap of comfort. Chapter 3. The illusion of comfort. Why most people stay poor. Most people don't realize that the real enemy of wealth isn't poverty, it's comfort. Benjamin Franklin warns us about a dangerous trap that keeps people financially stuck for life. He writes, "Many a little makes a mickle." In simple terms, small expenses add up. More importantly, small financial habits, good or bad, shape your future. Let's take an example. Imagine Lisa. She earns a decent salary and isn't reckless with money. But every day she spends a little extra, a fancy coffee on the way to work, takeout instead of cooking at home, upgrading her phone even though her old one still works fine. None of these seem like big deals, but at the end of the year, she spent thousands of dollars on things that did not yield real financial growth. Now let's look at Mark. He earns the same amount as Lisa, but follows a different approach. He saves and invests wisely instead of increasing his spending with every raise. He understands Franklin's advice. Beware of little expenses. A small leak will sink a great ship. Fast forward 10 years. Lisa is still living paycheck to paycheck. Mark has built real financial security, not because he earned more, but because he controlled where his money went. And this is where most people go wrong. They believe they deserve luxuries before they can afford them. They assume a higher salary will solve their problems. They trade long-term wealth for short-term pleasure. But here's the harsh reality. If you don't control your money will control you. So ask yourself, are your daily financial choices moving you toward freedom or keeping you trapped in a cycle of financial stress? This leads us to Franklin's most powerful lesson, which is the 3 laws of wealth that can change everything. Chapter 4. The 3 laws of wealth. Benjamin Franklin didn't just talk about money. He laid out 3 simple yet life-changing rules for building wealth. These aren't get-rich-quick tricks. They are timeless principles that, if followed, can transform your financial future. Number 1. Work hard, but work smart. Franklin warns, sloth makes all things difficult, but industry makes all things easy. In other words, laziness makes life harder, while effort and discipline make success inevitable. But here's the key. Working hard isn't enough. You have to work smart. That means developing skills that increase your earning potential, seeking out growth opportunities instead of waiting for luck, focusing on activities that bring long-term rewards instead of short-term comfort. Most people trade their time for money without ever investing in themselves. But the wealthiest people? They work hard in a way that builds future income streams. Number 2, live below your means. Most people don't struggle because they don't make enough. They struggle because they spend too much. Franklin famously said, "Beware of little expenses. A small leak will sink a great ship." It's easy to believe that a higher salary will fix financial problems. But the truth is, without discipline, more money just leads to bigger spending. Wealth isn't about what you earn. It's about what you keep. Instead of increasing expenses every time you get a raise, ask yourself, how much money can I put into working for my future? Number 3, invest in yourself. Your best investment isn't in stocks, real estate, or business. It's in yourself, Franklin puts it simply. An investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Learning new skills, reading great books, constantly improving your abilities. These will pay off more than any financial investment ever could. The wealthiest people aren't just rich in money, they're rich in knowledge, and that's what keeps them thriving. Are you following these laws? Here's the challenge. Which of these 3 rules do you need to improve on today? Are you working smart, living below your means, investing in yourself? Mastering these 3 principles can set you up for lifelong success. But Franklin left us with one final, powerful insight, the idea that ties everything together. And it might not be what you expect. Throughout The Way to Wealth, Franklin shares dozens of financial lessons. But one idea ties everything together, and it's not just about money, it's about life itself. Money itself isn't the goal. The goal is freedom, the ability to live on your terms without financial stress controlling your choices. Think about it. What's the point of making more money if you're always stressed? What's the point of earning a high income if you're stuck in a cycle of debt and bad spending habits? True wealth isn't about how much you have, it's about how wisely you use it. It's about control over your finances, security to handle life's unexpected challenges, freedom to make choices that serve you, not just your bank account. So ask yourself, are you using money as a tool for freedom, or are you letting it control you? This mindset shift is what separates those who struggle financially from those who thrive. But knowing this isn't enough, you need to take action. So let's break down the key takeaways you can start applying today. So, what have we learned from The Way to Wealth? Your biggest financial enemy isn't taxes, the economy, or your salary. It's your habits. Luck isn't random. It's created through preparation and discipline. Small daily financial decisions determine long-term success. True wealth isn't about how much you earn. It's about how much freedom your money gives you. Here's your challenge. Pick just one of these lessons and apply it this week. Will you start saving more? Cut unnecessary expenses? Invest in a new skill? Which one of these lessons do you need to work on the most? Drop a comment below. I personally read every single one. And if you found today's video valuable, you'll love The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. While Franklin teaches the principles of wealth, this book delves into the psychology behind financial decisions, explaining why smart people make bad money choices and how understanding one's behavior can lead to financial success. If you're serious about mastering your finances, this is the next book you must read. If you enjoyed this breakdown, please like it, subscribe for more powerful book summaries, and let me know the one insight from today's book that stood out to you the most. Until next time, remember Franklin's words, success isn't about luck, it's about preparation, discipline, and smart decisions.